You've used this word pulsing before. You believe that the body should go through cycles of stress and recovery rather than receiving constant daily inputs. When you say pulsing, what do you mean? Give me an example of pulsing and why I need to do that.
Well, there's a few examples. The first time I came across this result as a scientist was resveratrol. So resveratrol is found in red wine, among other things, and it's thought to give the health benefits of red wine. And we fed it to mice, fat mice, skinny mice, old mice, and it worked very well in the fat mice. It made them thinner. It made them live longer. It cured most of their diseases. They lived about, I think it was 15, 20% longer. Then we gave it to normal mice every day. And they lived a little bit longer, but not significantly.
Resveratrol.
Resveratrol. What we found, to my surprise, was when we gave old mice resveratrol, not every day, but every second day, then they lived significantly longer. So then I thought, well, maybe giving them a foreign substance every day is not good. Maybe there's some side effect that's counteracting the benefit. The other thing I want to mention, I said there's a few examples. Another good one is metformin. Metformin has been shown to make athletes and bodybuilders and people who go to the gym, weightlifters, do less repetitions. And as a result, their muscles are about 5% less compared to those that don't take metformin in size. I don't think it's molecular. I think it's because you feel a little bit weaker with metformin because it's actually interfering with your body's ability to make energy through mitochondria. Mitochondria, I think most people have heard of the little power packs living in our cells, originally bacteria that came into our bodies. The point is that by pulsing metformin, I think that's a better way to do it for longevity.
You mean cycling it? So like doing it every other day or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if I take metformin or the natural equivalent, which is berberine, if you don't want to take the drug, you can take berberine. That also activates this AMPK, this other sirtuin-like pathway. Taking it every other day, I think, is better. And particularly if you like to work out, don't take the metformin a few hours before you work out. Take it after, or maybe skip it that day. I think that's a better approach.
We talked about exercise earlier. On page 102 of your book, you talk about how there's a CDC-funded study that found people who exercise regularly, about 30 minutes of jogging 5 days a week, have telomeres that look 10 years younger than sedentary people that just sit around all day and don't do much exercise, which is pretty remarkable. How do we know it's the exercise and not something else? Like, how are we able to establish causation there?
Yeah, we don't. Unfortunately, all of these association studies just lead to a need to do placebo-controlled or at least controlled trials in people.